Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order. That's really low, is it? And we'll start with the land acknowledgement statement. We acknowledge that the ground on which we live is the traditional territory of Caldwell First Nation, of the Three Fires Confederacy, and the original people of Point Pelee and Pelee Island, and its surrounding lands and waters, and that of the Huron-Wendat and Wyandot peoples. We recognize and respect the First Nations who are stewards of the land and waters of Turtle Island, and who have embraced this stewardship since time immemorial. We would also like to acknowledge contributions of other nearby First Nation communities and all original people across Turtle Island. If I can get an adoption of the agenda for December 16th, 2024, moved by Ms. Campagna, support by Mr. Allen, all in favor. That carries. Any disclosures of community interest? There being none. Adoption of our minutes from the LaSalle Police Service Board Committee and public meetings held on November 18th, 2024 be adopted as presented. Mr. Morris, in support. Mr. Richo-Spagnolo, all in favor. That carries. We don't have any presentations or delegations this meeting, so we'll move into F1, which is the 2025 OAPSB annual membership fees. I don't know if there's any questions or comments. I think it's pretty straightforward. Yes, so the recommendation is that the memorandum for the board secretary dated November 14th, 2024 regarding the 2025 OAPSB annual membership fees be received and that the 2025 OAPSB annual fees be approved for payment. Moved by Ms. Richo-Spagnolo, support Ms. Campagna, all in favor, and that carries. Item 2, honors and awards program.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Deputy and I would like to introduce an honor and awards program within the service with an escalating 3-tiered system. The first 2 would be under the purview of the chief and the deputy, and then the third is with board approval, which is why we're including you in the conversation. So the first level would be a deputy chief's letter of recognition, and it's the least formal. It would simply be a letter in someone's file authored by the deputy to recognize work that is more than just someone's regular duties. It could include investigative abilities, tenacity of investigations, compassion, and a way to improve service delivery. The second would be a chief's commendation, and then someone would be recognized by way of like a formal framed, I'll call it a certificate, but commendation from myself. Again, although you may notice in each tier there could be some overlaps, it's really has to do with the how much someone went above and beyond the call of duty. But it could include superior skills in solving crime, leadership roles, community-based initiatives, developing, designing a new program, and then this would be presented to the member at a police board meeting. And then the third is a police board citation where a member is recognized by the board in the form of an engraved plaque, so something similar to what we started giving retirees. That's for things like outstanding police work, acts of bravery, life-saving, significant initiatives, or other outstanding service to the LaSalle Police Service or the community. What I envision is if we have a member that meets that threshold, I would make a recommendation to the board in a meeting, and the following meeting the board would recognize that member if you agree that the member should receive such a level of distinction. I've attached a procedure that sort of mimics what I just explained, but barring any questions, that's what we would like to implement.
Thank you. Members of the board, any questions or comments? Do we have anything like this right now?
I'm not aware of us having any formal mechanism to recognize members.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Campagna?
The only thing I would ask is, I know we started doing the, when people are retiring and we do something for them, do we tie it all into one policy, or could you consider that something separate?
I think we could, although the retiree, what we started doing for retirees recently is doesn't exist in a procedure anywhere. It's just a method to recognize. So we could formalize that, I suppose, if you'd like to see that. But aside from that, we hadn't planned on that.
Not on. Personally, I just think that when we are going to take on an action like that and decide to do it kind of into the future, I think it's a good idea to have it formalized.
Okay, very well.
Just my opinion, though.
Any other questions or comments?
Maybe I'll just make a comment. I really liked this when I read this, and as we know, we have awards and medals, et cetera, that we do give out for a certain meritorious service, but this is something that's not new, including where I came from in my own personal career, and commendation letters and things like that, I think are very well received, and it's another nice way to actually recognize your people. So I say well done.
Okay. So the recommendations that the Memorandum of Chief Pierce dated November 10th, 2024, and related attachment regarding LaSalle Police Service Honors and Awards Program be approved. Moved by Mr. Bruce and support Mr. Allen. All in favor? All right. Our consent agenda has 4 items, G1 through G4. Are there any items anyone wants to pull out to discuss? There being none, anything you want to add, Chief, on any of those items before we move them? Nope.
No.
Okay. Motion to receive the 4 items. Mr. Allen, Ms. Campagna, all in favor? And that passes. Any questions or statements by board members? None? Only thing I have is thank you for 2024. I know it's been a bit of a challenging year and we've had a lot of changes, but please send our thanks to everyone in the department for their hard work this year, and we look forward to a successful 2025. So happy holidays. You can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Just want to let you know you've got me back for another year, whether you like it or not. So I've been reappointed for a year, and I accepted it. So and glad to be here.
Congratulations, and I like it.
Any other questions, comments, statements for the end of the 2024 year? Go ahead.
So to both chiefs, just wanted to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and of course to all the department, all the staff, and thank you for everything that you do for our community and keep us safe. We truly appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Thank you.
All right. That's all. Meeting adjourned. See you in 2025.